What is up, YouTuber? This is Stardust here, and we're gonna be doing a guide for a Malay assassin called Zeratul, or whatever. Okay, I've played quite a few games with him, so I sort of have his build already in mind that I find most attractive. Okay, first of all, let's go through his abilities. His Q. His Q. What is Q? That damages enemies nearby. Deals 200. Deals some damage. Okay. So basically, it's a click. It's not a click on ability. It's a free click ability, and sort of does a circle around, and it damages his all enemies nearby. It's really good. Use W. Sort of throws a disc, and it's not a click on again ability. Throws a disc, which after 3 seconds does slows the enemy and deals the damage. Okay, so after 1 second. Okay, and slows the enemy for 40% for 3 seconds. So it's ideal to. Okay, later on we'll go with this one. Blink teleports to a nearby location. Okay, so whatever your mouse is, if you're smart cast, it will probably teleport that way. So really nice and straightforward ability. Okay, his passive becomes in stealth mode because it's stealth. Well, we're not taking damage using after 3 seconds. So basically being out of the combat, you're permanently in stealth mode. Okay, your ultimates, your heroic abilities. Okay, the first one is shadow and prison. Okay, and void prison. Okay, so the shadow is basic attack causes to charge the enemy at 20% increase attack speed, lasts for 4 seconds. Pretty much useless, to be honest. I mean, it's just more damage. He doesn't need more damage. He is really strong character if played well, though. If played well, okay. And void prison, what it does is it's sort of it's again free click ability, sort of a little circle that's it basically traps all enemies, including allies, except yourself. Okay. So basically, you trap them. They stand still, making it sort of freezes time. Even their cooldown ability does not go that does not lower. So they're completely frozen, including their abilities. So that's the best part of it. So, for example, if you they've used their abilities, their own cooldown, you can freeze a couple of them, put it on, but go behind, put it on the assassins, kill the tanks, because that lasts for 5 seconds, which is a lot in teamfight. 5 seconds is a lot of time. It is a long time. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm gonna get. So that's basically his abilities. They're quite good. Really good for his kit. I'm quite pleased with them. Let's go with his talents. Talents are very important. A lot of people build him wrong. Now, what I found is with this assassin, the very best thing you can do is basically what you lack is reaching the enemies for them, for you to kill them, successfully killing them. So how I found my build is, so level 1, what you do is you get an active, you teleport to the last non-structural target attacked within 3 seconds. So basically what this does is it gets you nearer to the enemy. Yeah, so it's very smart. It's very important how to use it. Yeah. Now I'll explain. So basically you have that as button number 1, which is so important ability. It's like level 1. Never a lot of people I see them going with the greater increasing the radius of your Q, but that's completely unnecessary. What you need to do is you need to get that you need to get the blade to teleport to an enemy, because what happens is you Q when you go to a target. I'll explain you how that works now. You go to a target, you Q, then you W to slow them, to make more to hit them a couple of times. then it's only the slow is only for 3 seconds, only 40%, and usually for example, they have an escape skill. If it's like, for example, if you want to hunt down Li Ming or Vala, they both have an escape skill, so the slow really expires by the time you get to them. So this is a lot better. So what we do with that one is you hit them while you can, and as soon as they use the escape, you click on one, and then you teleport right next to them. So this is how you get, and then you have another teleport free because you still haven't used your blink. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you have that as an escape or as securing the kill. So it's really good, really good. Okay, champion. Just make sure you use the abilities right. You get that right. It takes a bit of practice, but once you get it right, it's amazing. And the cooldown is so low. It's only 15 seconds. It's only 15 seconds, so it's really low cooldown for such a good ability. That's low. Okay, let's go. Level 4. Level 4, you get the combo splash, which means after using an ability, your next basic attack with within 6 seconds it deals 40% more damage. So basically, okay. So you're getting the picture now how it works. You engage with Q, basic attack, W, basic attack, because obviously they're slowed. Okay, and it's crazy damage we're talking about. Level 7. Level 7. What I like to do now, what happens is a lot of times when you use your Q to secure the kills, you then get trapped because you don't know how, you have no more escape skill, especially if your ultimate is on cooldown. So what happens level 7 is within I go for that for the first one. What happened is for 2 seconds I can reactivate it and return to the point where it was cast. So quite often with his kit it's missing one basic attack, which is so horrible. So, and then you use your blink, but then you're dead. You know, to kill them, but then you end up being caught and dead. So if you get on that one within 2 seconds, so basically you can use your one, like we said, so that, because that applies to your number 1. You can use the blade to teleport, hit them, yeah, and then if you need more, you can use your ability, which is your blink, your E, to teleport further if they've escaped, to kill them, and then quickly click E again, and you return to the point where you cast your E, which is really nice. So level 7, that's my personal favorite one. It takes a lot of practice, because if you a lot of times by instant you get a bit nervous and you click it twice quickly, and then you just go and come back. So it's a bit tricky, but that way you can escape. You can escape, so you can use a lot of escape. So for example, if you're over a wall or something, and then if you blink over here, or if you're running, if you blink over here and then they jump over the wall as well, you can go back. Do you see what I mean? So you can go back and then go, it just basically escape after for 3 seconds. You'll be invisible. So it's really nice to sort of escape, manipulate, securing kills, etc. Level 10, of course, I always go for the Void Prison, because increasing your attack damage, increasing your attack speed, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. You already have your kit set as ability attack, so definitely that one. The other one is like, I think they need to change it. They need to change something more better. Now level 13, it really depends now which way you want to go. Okay, a lot of people go with the shield. Yeah, with the shield because you change to 50% of the maximum health for 5 seconds. So that's a passive. Yeah. So when you're still mode, yeah, when you're invisible, you get a shield. So that's quite nice. If you're struggling with your health, or if they're a bit too tanky, that's nice. Or basically you can get either the shield or the ability, or lifesteal. So whichever way you find it better, to be honest, yeah. But one of those two. This one, no. It's pointless. Okay. Um, level 16. Now, level 16, you've got, of course, a bit of choices. You can go either every third attack, because you'll be doing about 3 attacks. Mm, that personally, I don't really like that. Okay, so I like for example that one. My Q gets cooldown reduction, which is really nice. Or your W, for example, deals 50% increased damage, so that's quite nice. So you can either go for your Q. It really depends on your play style. If you're thinking of your Q, but once you level 4, once you hit that one, like you don't. I personally go with my W. Just I want to increase my damage because obviously they become a bit tanky and so it deals 50% increased damage to enemies while they are okay. Attack them. Okay. So basically while they're slowed, you basically so for the slow is doing for 3 seconds. So for 3 seconds you can get increased damage. So it is a lot, 50% more damage, including your next ability. You got over here 40% more damage. So imagine you'll be doing like 100% more damage. It's really great. So definitely go with your W. And level 20, of course. Now level 20, your ultimate is pointless to take. So you can either get a reset of your basic abilities, which is really nice, or you could get basic attack that deals more damage and slows the enemy target. So now slowing them, it's really nice. I quite often like that. It really depends now if they have a lot of movement, speed, etc. It is I would recommend to get a slow, for example, because the slow you always benefit with the slow. Yeah. Okay. So or alternatively, you can get the reset. Really depends how your game now goes. Now level 20, ooh, did I die too many times because everything was on cooldown? It really depends on your game style, how would you play. So you can either get another active or you can get your passive. I personally like with my passive because the amount of escapes you have now over here, including your ultimate is quite it is an escape actually. So it's really nice ability. So yeah, now play style. How would you play him? Quite often you can play him on the back of the assassin team, so you can use your ultimate. Quite often I do that. You can use your ultimate on the assassin, so they avoid doing damages because the duration of 5 seconds, or your team can clear off the tanks or the ones that are in front, and then they'll either escape, but then it's 3 versus 5, or they would basically they'll either escape or but then in 3 versus 5 you obviously win, or you finish them off the frontliners very quickly, and then you'll be off to be able to kill 3 versus 5, which is a winning team fight. Now how would always go behind by, for example, he's really good to pick versus Li Ming. You can hunt her down very easy. Chromie, really easy. Jaina también, also. Jaina is really easy to kill. Vala always also is really easy to kill. So to be honest, if in my opinion, you could use him versus a lot of the squishy, but you always go behind. For example, Nova, for example, is really easy to kill with him, as long as you don't get a clone, as long as you get the right one. But what I tend to do is either the split pusher you can hunt down, because 1 versus 1 used his abilities right on time, etc. He is amazing. He is amazing champion. You'll be winning 1 versus 1. But then if you go versus I'm sorry. So yeah, basically, how would you use him in team fights? In team fights, I would always go behind and hunt out the one that's behind. So even if they focus you in your ultimate is on cooldown, even if they focus you, that's alright. You'll be able to escape, so not to worry. You still got your blink, so blink over a wall, etc., and you'll be able to escape easily. But then the whole point is your team, which are 4, they're gonna be able to kill their tanks while they're chasing you or whatever. While they get this, while you distract their team. So yeah, it's really important how you play him, to be honest. So if you can hunt down somebody alone that's split pushing, etc., it is quite nice just to go ahead and kill them. And so yeah, so basically that's how I would play him. really really good champion, has really really good potential if you get the play right. Yeah, the play style is difficult. He's difficult because you have to get the right moments in a team fight, especially. So, mm, like I said, with your ultimate, it's very easy. That's what I would do. If my ultimate is available, I would freeze them, kill as I wouldn't jump and do damage. I would freeze them and then go ahead and kill the tanks. That would freeze the attack damagers. So I will try and apply as many as they are. You quite often they get together. They sort of they near each other, so you can sort of apply it on all of them, and go and go and kill the tanks. That's what I would do. So a lot of people use their ability, use his abilities, and then they wait. But then that's only 5 seconds. And on your abilities, you got like 6 seconds, you got 12 seconds, and you got 10 seconds. And 5 seconds is not gonna help you. Your ultimate is only 5 seconds. So whereas your cooldown abilities of like especially escape, etc. And then your actives are more than 10 seconds, so it's pointless just going doing a bit of damage, wasting your damage on where you're not supposed to. Or yeah, that's it. So that's how I would play him. What I would do is, for example, like I said, if you see somebody like a bit far out, like Chrome, for example, she's like the team is here, and she's always behind. You can easily kill her. And you can get she won't do any damage at all. So really really important versus what team you pick. You pick him up. So, and really really important how you play him, and it's very important how to use his abilities, etc. etc. I hope you guys like my guide. That's my guide for is it Zeratul? Sorry, I'm a bit silly pronouncing those names. Okay, so I really hope you like my guide. Or if you build him in another way, in a different way, or if you haven't quite understood how to play him, you can ask me questions, etc. And I'm more than happy to assist you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed my guide, and see you soon, guys. Stay tuned for more videos.